With Paul Pogba's recent return, the question needs to be asked. At this current form, does Paul Pogba even get into the starting 11 of this Manchester United team? What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Code, aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. This video is going to be whether about Paul Pogba makes the current Manchester United starting 11 or should he be benched in his return for Manchester United. Now, for anybody that doesn't know about the Premier League suspension, it's going to be at least a month before we see another Manchester United game, which gives Paul Pogba a lot of time to heal up and get ready for the end of the season. Now, before we get started, please like and subscribe if you believe Paul Pogba should be in the starting 11 for Manchester United's squad at the moment. It's clear to say that he is arguably our best midfielder, but on current form, we've had a lot of great players perform at their peak level, and it's time to really see what Paul Pogba is made of when he comes back, if given an opportunity. So, obviously, when we talk about Paul Pogba, we obviously talk about his potential leave or re-sign to Manchester United. There's been a lot of rumours of Paul Pogba wanting to leave over the past 2 years to go to Real Madrid, to go to Juventus, or even go to PSG just to get away from Manchester United and its rebuilding process. However, with the return of the return signings such as Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, and Bruno Fernandes has kind of suggested that Paul Pogba may have taken a U-turn on his decision and would love to re-sign for Manchester United. Now, that video would be saved for another time. I'm not going to comment on whether I believe it is right or wrong for Paul Pogba to make a U-turn, but at the moment, we're talking about the end of the season. With Paul Pogba, he is very strong, very agile, very quick. He is a creative master. He's arguably our best midfielder. But in current form, does he make the team? So it's in order to look at current form, we have to look at the midfielders that have taken his spot since he has been injured. We'll start off with Nemanja Matic. Now, Nemanja Matic has been a key cornerstone to the why Manchester United have performed as well as they have over the past 3 months. I think with him in the team, we've bringing stability into the holding midfield role that we haven't seen with the likes of Scott McTominay and Fred, and even Andreas Pereira playing that role. Now, in saying that, Matic, we all know, is not the future of Manchester United. He is currently a player that is doing a job for players who were and are injured. So at the moment, Matic, as well as he's been doing, can we guarantee that he can be playing in a month's time and still have that same momentum and same form that he's had that entire season? I believe Matic can definitely keep his starting spot until the end of the season, but there's going to be a lot of competition for that spot, including Scott McTominay, another player who has just come back from injury and has been in recent form. Scored a very good goal against Manchester City that brought the fans up onto their feet and made them scream for joy as we beat Manchester City once again this season. Scott McTominay has performed fantastically well in the Europa League competition as well as the Premier League, and has also dedicated himself as a very, very hard worker and would kill to be in this Manchester United team. He said it numerous times, the competition for places is good, and Matic is very good competition for him, and they will both make each other better in order to solidify their starting role this season. So is there a place for Pogba as a holding midfielder? My answer is I don't necessarily think there is. Moving on to Fred. Now, obviously, there are two holding midfielders in this situation, and Matic and Scott McTominay would arguably be fighting for that position, and Fred at the moment is has no competition really for his place. Now, the likes of Andreas Pereira and Lingard, who would probably want to have a midfield position at Manchester United, are currently underperforming and not seen as potential ideal replacements for Fred if Fred gets injured. Now, Fred has been fantastic this season and is arguably our player of the season. He has performed very, very well over the past, I would say, half the season. Once he was given an opportunity by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he's been arguably our best player, behind maybe Rashford and Martial and Wan-Bissaka. But he's definitely on par with most of them, and for many people have exceeded all of those players. Fred is a type of guy that is tenacious. He has speed, he has quick passing, he makes the right plays 90% of the time, and of course there's that odd risk-taking factor that he does. He's often the person that creates the opportunity for someone else to get an assist, not necessarily get an assist for himself. That's what Fred brings to this Manchester United team as a holding midfielder. Now, in this retrospect, defensively, Fred is also very, very good. However, would he be good as the main holding midfielder? That's a question that needs to be answered through experiments from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And at the moment, with Paul Pogba, does he get into that holding midfield team? At the moment, with that current formation, I do not think Paul Pogba gets into that team. Moving on into the attacking midfield position, we've got Bruno Fernandes currently holding that role with the likes of Andreas Pereira and Jesse Lingard and potentially Angel Gomez as the backups for that cam position. Now, that cam position is one that has been argued with for many, many months now. But until Bruno Fernandes signed, it seems like all those problems went away. Now, we must be real with ourselves. Bruno Fernandes is not necessarily just an attacking midfielder. He loves to play off the right. He loves to play off the left. He has the free roam to be able to play wherever he feels is necessary to provide the best attack for Manchester United. So he's not necessarily centrally an attacking midfielder. He could play on both wings and he has the free roam to do whatever he wants. So does Paul Pogba be seen as a cam? Arguably, I believe Paul Pogba can become an attacking midfielder for Manchester United, and we could potentially move Bruno Fernandes to the left or to the right wing, because at the end of the day, that free roam license can bring him wherever he needs to go, and I feel like that can give us an available spot for Paul Pogba when he comes in, and also gives Bruno Fernandes a chance to keep starting and keep performing at the rate that he's been playing at. Now, that also solves a potential winger problem that Manchester United currently have with injuries. Now, Daniel James is probably the only winger we necessarily have besides Mason Greenwood, who could arguably be a striker. And Bruno Fernandes taking one of those positions will also solidify himself as a mainstay in the Manchester United team. So the answer to the question of should Paul Pogba be fit into the Manchester United team, it's either a yes or no. I'm going to say in this current time, the answer is no, but he can definitely be an attacking midfielder. However, if a change of formation or a change of playing style is to become a mainstay at Manchester United, like a 4-3-3, Paul Pogba definitely fits into that team. I think the likes of Nemanja Matic would drop out. We have one holding midfielder who would be Fred at this current time. Then you've got Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes running the midfield together. I think that's the most ideal situation. However, I do not see Ole changing the formation anytime soon. At the end of the day, we have a lot of time to kind of experiment. I don't believe the Manchester United players have been training together since the suspension due to safety and precautions of the players who may have been in contact with the coronavirus. However, once the players get together, there might be time to develop a new formation and a new style of play to fit Paul Pogba into a team. One thing I do not want to see necessarily is a diamond. I do not want to see us play the diamond again. I feel like under Ole, the diamond just doesn't suit us. We need width and we need creation from the wings and the crosses. And Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw, as good as they are not naturally good attacking wingers in a sense, because that's what they would need to play at Manchester United if we played that sort of formation. So improvements need to be made in order to change our formation. A 4-3-3 is a formation that we played last year. A 4-3-3 is a formation that we've done very, very well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in his first 3 months. However, times have changed, Ole has changed, and we played a lot more defensive due to the players that we've signed. But with Bruno Fernandes coming in and Paul Pogba, is there a change happening in Manchester United that brings more attacking football to our side? Do players have a current change of attitude in order to willing and go and attack the ball? We've seen that with the likes of Bruno Fernandes coming into the team. He's even admitted himself, when he comes to the team, it's all about the team. It's not about Bruno Fernandes. And the team has improved significantly with his signing, not just in terms of performances, but in terms of willingness to attack, willingness to make runs, willingness to go and find the ball if necessary from Bruno Fernandes. And I think that is also going to be a big increase in attacking creativity with Paul Pogba joining into the side. So let me know what you guys think about that. I want to thank you all for watching. At the end of the day, there's definitely a place for Paul Pogba in this current formation, I don't think it would suit him at all. So therefore, maybe put him on the bench. If we're going to play a 4-3-3, then I think Paul Pogba is perfect for that role, as is Bruno Fernandes. That's the style I want to see. So the answer to many people's question is Paul Pogba a starting player in Manchester United at this current time? Obviously, the answer is yes. But with the right formation, we got to play him in attacking role. We cannot keep him as a holding midfielder and take away a rightful place from either Fred, McTominay or Matic, who have worked so hard to keep that role and perform very well under that role. So let me know what you guys think. I want to thank you all for watching. Is Paul Pogba a mainstay? Let me know in the comments. And please like and subscribe if you're new. Take care and peace.